Hello and welcome back to Collective Consciousness. I have had such an incredibly overwhelming response to my videos that I've recently put up, and a lot of very interesting times right now when it comes to this timeline shift, these energy updates, the expansion of consciousness. And a lot of people have been asking me, why is it that they're feeling like they're floating? Why is it that they're feeling like they're having out-of-body experiences, or they just feel lost and confused, having moments of delusion and just not being able to concentrate or retain energy and information? So I thought that I would share what's going on in that aspect of things, but also what I know have always been my explanation to when we go through those types of potential activations or upgrades or ascension symptoms. So this video is going to be primarily around the astro body, lucid dreaming, and the dream world. This is something that I have been practicing since I was about 18. So well and truly over 10 years. And it's something that I have mastered the technique of lucid dreaming. Now, I started practicing lucid dreaming before I even dove into the world of astro traveling. However, there are a lot of spiritual teachers out there that say that it is two completely different things. I'm going to explain why it is that I think it is very, very similar and doesn't necessarily have to be two different things. However, there are significant differences, but they are super, super similar. Okay, so lucid dreaming has always fascinated me when it comes down to creating your own dream world. And that to me is what lucid dreaming is. So we can consciously, intentionally create our own dreams. A couple of tips that I would like to share when it comes to lucid dreaming is the way that I teach my methods of being able to tap into the lucid realm is lay on your back completely and utterly still with your hands beside your body on your bed, whether you're laying flat on the couch or on a day bed or wherever you are, with your hands by your side and your feet straight out. So none of your body parts are overlapping. So you can't have your hands on your chest, or you can't have your feet folded over. Everything has to be apart. If you like to go starfish and go wide out, then please feel free to do so. I like to hold them, about 2 centimeters away from my thighs, my hands down flat on the ground. And then what I do is I start to truly just focus on big, long, deep breaths through the nose and out through the nose. I keep my mouth shut because I know that that is the way for me to be able to get into a deep meditative state and allow my lucid dream world to activate a lot quicker. The reason this is because if I breathe through my mouth will start to get really dry, and then I will want to move. I'll want to move my mouth, close it, get some saliva going, and then swallow. And then it will take me away. It will start to become more present in my body, and that's not what I want. I want to be able to allow my soul to consciously exit my body and go into the lucid realm, the astro realm, right? Okay, so I breathe for 3 seconds in. So And then pause and hold for a second. If you can hold it if you can hold it for 3 seconds, brilliant. If you can hold it for 5 seconds, brilliant. Whatever feels right for you. I don't want you to be overthinking it. I want you to be naturally allowing this flow to occur. So in for 3. And a big exhale out your nose for 3. Now focus on that. What will end up happening is you will start to feel itches and tingles and twitches throughout your body. Your whole body is going to start signaling you to land, like stay in your body, land back in your body, pay attention to your body. However, you need to become the master of your mind and not move. Do not move. Do not quickly itch and go, oh, that's all right, I'll be fine. Nothing. Once you can, and this is a massive, massive trick, once you can become the master of your mind and not suffice to the itch or the twitch or the tingle, then you will realize the power that you have within your mind. There will be a switch that will flick on and you will just go, holy macaroni. The amount of times that I have had a quick little itch and I've just attended to it, you will start to realize all these times that you're just like, you know, and then you won't. Now you won't. So then you will tap into the master of your mind. You will become the master of your mind, the power of the mind. Then, most of the time, some people can, statistically, I don't really like to use the term statistically because we're all different, but when I first started practicing lucid dreaming and then teaching lucid dreaming, a lot of people, it took about 20 to 30 minutes to get into the outer body state. However, I now can do it within seconds, 20 to 30 seconds. A lot of people that have been practicing lucid dreaming sometimes it can take 10 minutes. Is that deep, long breathing and not giving in to the itches and the twitches and the tingles. So what will happen next is you will feel this really big weight, heavy weight on your chest, and it will feel like it's not painful. I just do want to mention that because a lot of people get quite scared of this part. But it will feel like just a pressure on your chest, like you're holding your hands and try and go full pressure on your chest, right? Let's say you're laying there and you're like, oh, that feels a bit lacking of oxygen in a way. It's not. And then what will happen after that is you will still be quite conscious of the feelings going on in your body. You just simply aren't attending to them. So then you will feel this whole body. Let's say it may go down your shoulders, both your shoulders, down your arms, or it may just go down your tummy and your abdominal area and then your legs. But you will notice that your body goes into a state of paralysis. If you get to this point, which you will, but when you get to this point, this is when most people start to freak out. This is the stage where most people go, what the heck is going on? I can't move my body. And I don't know if you have realized, you've ever had this moment where you realize that you're awake and you're conscious, but then you can't move, and you're like, move, wake up. A lot of people have had those instances where they have potentially unconsciously had those out-of-body experiences or gone into the astro realm or lucid dream. Now, try your hardest to convince yourself and believe, if this helps to begin with, that everything is going to be okay and there's nothing to be worried about And this is the defining moment where your soul, your spirit, is going to enter the lucid realm. So you just have to be consciously aware of not allowing the fear to override, right? Then you will feel this freeing, weightless, floating, flying feeling. Before you get to that, the biggest tip that I have to give you is when you notice that there's this heavy weight on your chest, or the feeling of paralysis, what I want you to do is start imagining a place that you know of that brings joy and happiness. For me, what I do is I imagine colorful birds flying around on a waterfall with trees. And this is a place that I've been to before. So it's familiar, it's comfortable, and I know that it brings me joy. So it's really easy for me to be able to envision that, right? So then what I want you to do is, once you feel that heavy weight, even before that, because the whole point of lucid dreaming is creating your dreams. So what I want you to do is just ensure that the moment you close your eyes, you are creating and envisioning something, anything. And if it helps, do it from something that you know of, or a place that you've been that brings you joy and makes you happy. But it is a very crucial step to ensure that once you feel that momentary fear of, oh my God, my body is in this paralysis state, just tap back into that vision, because what's actually happening is our body, our brain, it goes into scared, and then it tries to prevent this envisionary connection, this high vibrational frequency of fully tapping into the dream world. So then it can kind of bring us back, and then we'll want to wiggle our toes or fingers. So then once your soul is able to exit, and you have continued to envision beautiful, enlightening, wonderful places, whether it be you're at a level where you're completely out in the galaxy and you're hanging out with star seeds, or you've envisioned a waterfall or a beach or something that you are familiar with, whatever it may be, what I want you to do is then start to become conscious of the multi-dimensional, multi-layered realms. Because in our dream world, in our astro mind, in our lucid state, is just our pure access to what we actually already have the ability to access in our awakened world. However, some of us practice these methods to access that. Some of us can practice it, like myself. Some of us can practice just sitting here, going into a meditative state, and then creating this complete and utter dream world. So the difference between lucid dreaming and astro traveling is astro traveling, lucid dreaming, you have fun with it. Have fun with it. Just create what you would like to dream about. Just enjoy it, and then you will start to travel, and you will start to see things, and you will start to just really have a really good dream, right? Astro traveling, on the other hand. So I do the same method when I want to astro travel. That is my exact same method, everything that I just mentioned in regards on how to get into a lucid dream. However, once it clicks over to that phase where I've had the paralysis, I have my soul has exited my body, and I have gone into a dream state, I then start to call upon my guides, call upon my spirit team, call upon my galactic council of light, and I ask them or tell them, depending on what the particular purpose and reason is as to why I'm going into the astral plane. And I will say, show me and take me to Egypt. I have a message that has come through today that my soul, a fragment of my soul, needs to go and see what's going over in Egypt. And so then what will happen is most of the time for me, what happens is I'll have one of my guides, whether it's my Palladian spirit guide or my angelic angel or my Arcturian masculine. They will reach their hand out and I will see them, and I'll reach my hand out and we'll grab hands and then we'll fly off together. And so then I just sit with the intention of knowing that everything that I'm seeing, everything that I'm experiencing is for a reason. So then I continue to think in my mind, remember the messages here. Everything that you're seeing and experiencing is for a purpose, for your soul. And so I don't necessarily go into the astral planes unless I have a download or I have a mission or I have a reason. Sometimes, as of late, over the past couple of months, I have had involuntary, very consciously aware of being taken into the astral planes. However, it's never been anything negative or bad. And once I'm conscious of it, I see my spirit team and I see my spirit guides, I see my Galactic Council of Light team, and they're all there. And I know that when they're there, they've already set up my rebound barrier, my protection fields. They've already set it all up for my soul anyway. So that is another really important thing to mention, is that when you are closing your eyes and starting your lucid or astral traveling experience, please make sure that you set up your white light. So what I do is envision my whole body, my human body, and my spirit body, my spirit soul, my spirit, covered in a big white bubble. And sometimes you can envision this as a smoky bubble or a clear bubble. But what I do is envision it as if it is like bulletproof. It is bulletproof. And people can't see in it unless they're meant to, unless I've given them permission. They can't see me. So it's like an invisible bubble. So I'm able to hold the power of, if I'm standing in front of someone, whether it be in the lucid realm or the astro realm, I'm able to see others. And then if I want them to see me and we're meant to communicate, I will clear the invisible bubble barrier and then they can see me. And I can close it up and make it invisible again whenever I need. So ensure that you've set up your protection and you've called in your spirit team, your spirit guides, your Galactic Council of Light, your starseed families. Ensure that you've called in your archangels or your guardian angels, your past loved ones, whoever it is that you connect with, and that they are there with you. Sometimes you can feel their presence behind you or beside you, or sometimes they might even be in front of you, because they might be the ones that want to actually communicate with other beings or other species out there, but you're there just to receive the messages. So you might not even have anything that you have to do other than be there and experience it and learn it. Now, why is it that a lot of us have been feeling and having out-of-body experiences, floating, lost, confused, a sense of delusion? Why is it that a lot of us have been now at this time feeling like we have just absolute lost it? The reason that this is really important to add after having learned how to lucid dream and what the feelings of lucid dreaming are, how to access the astro world, what, you know, happens there as well. The reason that mentioning this out-of-body experience and the floating and the confusion and delusion in this video is because right now in time, and I truly believe that whenever you are seeing this, this is happening for you as well. So today is, we're getting towards the end of, I really have to check it, September 2023. We are towards the end of September 2023. But whenever you are seeing this, you are meant to hear this message. Whether you're feeling this right now or not, you don't, there is no accidents, there is no coincidences. So you, this may be coming for you, these experiences. Why are we feeling this way? I had a download and a message from my guides yesterday, last night, so yesterday evening, and they said, due to the timeline split, so if you haven't seen my previous videos regarding the timeline shift and the energy update on the 23rd of September, please go back and watch that. But due to the timeline split, the reason why we are having out-of-body experiences, we're feeling really deluged and confused, and we're floating, is because we are starting to tap in to the dream world and what is possible in the dream world in this real life dimension. We are starting to tap in to what it feels like in the dream world, the astral planes, the multidimensional realms, the multidimensional universe. In this real life, right here like this, you are noticing that things are happening in front of you and you just are like, that's because the shift in consciousness is allowing the human, so the human, that's our physical, that's our vessel, that's our experience, and the soul, the mind, the consciousness to come together and merge to understand and comprehend the levels of consciousness. So our brain, our heart, our body is one. Our mind, our soul, and our spirit, our consciousness is another. Now, up until now, they have been what I describe as two separate things, except coexisting together to try and find balance to be able to create and live out this human existence, human experiment, the human experience. They've been two separate things, right? Now, what's happening is our mind, our soul, our consciousness is starting to intertwine in our human brain. Now, what do I mean by that? Our human brain, we are taught, I don't believe this, but I'm sure you have heard this term before, we are taught that as humans, we can only use 10% of our brain. I don't believe that. But once we start going through the levels of ascension and upgrade and expansion and spirituality on a quantum level, our brain and our mind start coexisting and communicating together, which means that we are then starting to learn how to access more of the programming, because our brain is the program. Our mind is the free conscious creation. And so it's coming together and it's merging together and it's starting to coexist. And from there, things such as healing happens, things as manifestation happens, such as completely tapping into knowing how to access your conscious realms, diving through the multi-dimensions, lucid dreaming. There are so many things that we don't actually need as humans, such as the less food that you eat, the more connected to source that you are. Or you might be, say, starting to realize that different water tastes different, or you're accessing your telepathic connections, and you are thinking something and it's being created right there. Like right now, let's say you're thinking of a white butterfly, and then after you finish watching this, you walk outside and there's a white butterfly. The instantaneous manifestations are you personally learning how to access more of your brain rather than the 10% that we're made to believe. But in order to do that comes the flooding of natural chemicals within our brain, such as DMT, dopamine, serotonin, adrenaline. There are so many different levels of chemicals that we can naturally access that bring us closer to understanding and comprehending source. And so if you're going through these moments of pure delusion, disconnection, feeling lost, out of body, floating, then it is because you are starting to comprehend the feelings of your soul. And I truly, truly believe that. You are starting to expand your consciousness and traveling through the multidimensional realms. Because not just are there portals opening up, or the veil is thinning, or spirit guides, or your expansion, your growth, your learning, not just all of those things are happening right now on top, but you are tapping in to the merge of your mind and your brain. Because something that I haven't heard a lot of teaching around is the differences between those two. Because your soul doesn't need rest, your soul doesn't die, but your body does. Your body needs rest and your body does die. So if we're allowing these two to start coexisting and tapping into the infinite amount of powers that both can give, then no wonder you're feeling a bit out of all sorts. But just trust that you're not the only one going through this. This is happening to everyone, every single person. Two, the more that you have faith and trust that the universe has your friggin' back and that everything is happening for a reason, and that you aren't crazy, and surrendering, grounding, earthing, drinking filtered, clean water, eating whole foods, connecting and talking to other people about what's going on, not having judgment on anybody else's experiences, reaching out to people, connecting, collaborating, building communities, sitting in your own states of meditative motions, writing, journaling, dancing, listening to music, singing, showering, bathing. There's so many different things that you could be doing that just centers you, has you in this present moment, accepts that whatever is happening is meant to, and that you were fucking born for this time. You were born for this time, and your contract bloody knew what you were doing, knew what you were about to go through, and you are the most incredible, powerful being of light that there is. So I want to end this on, you guys are doing amazing. You guys are doing incredible, powerful work. If you are here and you have watched this, then my goodness, I appreciate the shit out of you, because not just are you learning and growing and maybe connecting some dots, but you are on a huge, huge human consciousness evolution wave. You wouldn't be here listening to it if you weren't. So if you have found value in this, if you enjoy this, please subscribe, please share, please comment, please like. Let's get this out there, because if we can help other people connect the dots and not feel crazy, then it's exactly what we should be doing. So thank you guys so much for being here, and don't forget to follow along, hit that bell, because I'm going to be also recording some lucid dreaming meditations and talking well and truly more into everything deep, conscious spirituality. All right, until next time, you guys, thank you.